Spring is finally here after a long, cold winter. So if you are ready to get the lawn in shape, we have an expert to help. Alan Luxmore from the A&E series Fix This Yard joins us with some yard tips. Alan, it's nice to have you giving us some tips this morning.
Well, it's my pleasure. I'm glad to be here.
We need some help. Okay, let's talk about the effects of the freezing temperatures on our lawns and gardens. What should we be on the lookout for?
Oh, man. Well, at this point, it seems like things are starting to thaw out. It's time to start assessing the damage. So the important thing is to get out into the yard, see what's died. A lot of plants have died because of the freeze. See what trees need to be pruned and trimmed back. Get your yard back to see what we're working with, because until everything's cleaned up, we don't know what we're working with. That's the first step. Second step is to look at the soil, because that's going to be the nutrients for anything we plant will be the soil. So we want to look at the soil. How wet is it? What's going on with it? Do we need to aerate it, punch holes in it, put sand into it? We really want to make sure that soil is nutrient rich, get a really slow organic fertilizer on it, and have it ready to accept your new plants.
So I get my new plants. I want to make the yard look great also. What is the secret to a lush green lawn and those beautiful, vibrant plants and flowers?
Well, the two things we just talked about with the soil, we got the soil, and the second thing is the water. We want to make sure that we're giving it sufficient water, but not overwatering. Another thing we want to do, we want to make sure we have some of the best tools around just to make the job more fun. And since we're talking about tools, one of my favorite tools is the leak-free system by Gilmore. It's an amazing setup. I don't know, when you think about a garden hose, everybody thinks about getting sprayed, or it's leaking. It's spraying you in the face. The fittings aren't working. Well, Gilmore created a leak-free system from the faucet at the house to the hose to the connection. Everything is leak-proof.
Yeah, that'll make our water bills happy also. Is overwatering one of the most common mistakes that novice gardeners make?
Well, something I see a lot is when they go to plant smaller flowers, they dig a hole, they plop the flower into the hole, and then they cover it back up, but it's an indentation and not a mound, and then it drowns the actual plant itself. That's a big one. Then another thing, once they buy plants at the stores, at the plant stores, and they bring them home to their garden, but they got bugs all over them because they didn't look at the underside of the leaves. So now they brought these bugs in that take over their garden. That's a big one too.
Thank you, Alan. We'll be right back after the break.